Well, you know, 90% of women have one or more risk factors for developing heart disease. Get this, every 25 seconds, someone in the U.S. has a coronary event. Well, we have learned a lot this morning about how you should change your lifestyle, eat more healthy. But what if you already have heart issues? No worries. Robert Scales, PhD director of the Mayo Clinic Cardiac Rehabilitation Center, is here to explain just how important it is to be heart healthy. First of all, thank you so much for being a huge part of our Rally for Red campaign from Mayo Hospital. Thank you so much for doing that.
Thank you for the invite.
You're more than welcome, and I'm very excited to have you because you are so passionate about your message today. And your message today is that there are ways to prevent heart disease. What are some of the other ways? We've heard about the smoking and eating bad and all of those things, but what else can we do?
Well, Terry, let me ask you this question. If I had medicine that would guarantee that it would improve the way your heart pumps blood around the body, it would open up new blood vessels to allow blood with oxygen to reach its muscles so you'd have more stamina and more energy. It would improve your cholesterol, lower your blood pressure, control your blood sugar levels, so you would have less chance of developing diabetes. It would make your bones and muscles stronger. And not only would you feel better physically, you'd feel better emotionally. And this was free and had no side effects. Would you consider taking such medicine?
A magic pill.
Right.
If it exists, absolutely.
Right. Well, I think you know where I'm going with this.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Because I think we all agree if there was a magic pill, we all know there's not.
Absolutely. Well, you know, what I'm talking about is a well-designed physical activity and exercise program. You can have all of those benefits. You don't necessarily need to get those benefits from a pill bottle or a needle. You can get these benefits from a well-designed physical activity and exercise program. And I say well-designed because if it's badly designed, there could be some side effects. For example, if you haven't exercised for an extended period of time, or you have an existing injury or health condition and you exercise inappropriately, there could be some side effects. So I think the key is to train smart and know your physical limitations.
Okay, and one of the things that you do at the rehabilitation clinic there at Mayo is work one-on-one with people that come in. So having perhaps a medically supervised program is the place to begin, whether you have heart disease or not.
Yes, I think if you do have a heart condition, then obviously a medically supervised facility could be a good option for you, and there are many of these facilities associated with cardiology clinics around Arizona. They're medically supervised by a physician, a nurse, and or exercise professionals, and it really is a way to exercise safely and have some people that can give you confidence with exercise.
Right, and that is the key. As a matter of fact, I believe that we have some video of some folks working out at the facility who are doing their part. I want to talk a little bit about some good news, though. I mean, that there's hope. I mean, if you smoke and you stop smoking, you can still improve your heart health. If you exercise, you can still improve your heart health. Absolutely,
absolutely. You know, the national guideline for physical activity for all Americans talks about trying to get at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity physical activity that's continuous. And
every day?
Most days of the week.
Okay, I like that. Most days of the week. Thank you for that.
So roughly 2.5 hours a week or more. And now the guideline talks about trying to you know, more is better, but if you cannot get quite that level, then a little is still good, you know, for your health. So, and they also talk about trying to minimize the amount of time that we spend sitting. So just getting up out of our chair, moving around, doing the things that are maybe not structured exercise, maybe not so continuous as the 10+ minutes of exercise that's shown to be therapeutic for the heart. Just moving is good.
Just simply getting up and doing something is a good idea. And one of the things that I think our viewers will appreciate about you and your passion for exercise is if you take a look at this picture here, it's I think this pretty much says it all. You walk the walk, you talk the talk. Here you are exercising with your daughter. on your back. Anybody can do it, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. There's things that we can do in supervised settings, whether it be in cardiac rehabilitation or physical therapy, and there's things that we can do out in the community. We can join supervised exercise classes in gymnasiums or community centers, some of which have a senior focus, others have more of a focus on the new parent, and you may see some of these activities out at the zoo park or in you know, the malls, and then, you know, we live in a beautiful climate here at certain times of the year, and if you just like to get outdoors, you've got walking and hiking, which is walking with a hilly terrain. You've got jogging.
Sure.
I understand somebody's going to be talking about those activities later. You've got rollerblading, and I would be amiss if I didn't mention pool-based exercises such as swimming, shallow water exercise, and even deep water jogging, where you actually wear a buoyancy aid around your waist to keep you afloat and just allow you to jog in the pool.
Oh, and the resistance alone is, you know, a really good workout. It sounds to me like the message that you're giving our viewers is to get creative with your exercise. It doesn't mean walking on a treadmill or lifting weights. There's so many options.
Yes, I would just ask the viewer to ask themselves the question, you know, if I were to start a physical activity and exercise program, what would that look like for me? Because everyone's different, we have different preferences, and I would really encourage you to also connect with your primary care physician. The American College of Sports Medicine, which is the governing body for exercise and sports medicine professionals, have a campaign right now called Exercise is Medicine. And its main mission is to have all primary care physicians talk to every patient at every visit about physical activity and its benefits to improve health. And I think if we have those conversations, we're a step closer to improved health and quality of life.
Well, hopefully we became a step closer today. Thank you so much for being here. And you actually wrote a great article on Exercise is Medicine, and we posted that on our website. But we want to remind you, ABC 15 is teaming up with the Mayo Clinic for the Rally for Red campaign. We're kicking it off all morning here on Sonoran Living Live. Each month, we'll give you tips and tricks to help keep you and your loved ones heart healthy. To learn more and get our Rally for Red reminders, just sign up at abc15.com/Rally for Red. All kinds of links and all kinds of opportunities there, Susan, because of our partnership with Mayo. I mean, the tips and the ideas that Robert just shared with us, recipes, all kinds of great heart healthy opportunities.
You know,